From insight to action, turning UC data into business outcomes. In the first post of this series, I reframed UC as more than a collaboration tool. It is a continuous data engine, generating a constant stream of signals about how people work, communicate, and engage across the enterprise. In my second post, I explored the implication of that shift. If UC is a data engine, then analytics becomes the missing layer required to make sense of it. Without it, organizations are left with fragmented visibility and disconnected reporting. But even when that layer exists, a harder problem remains. Because visibility is not the same as value, and insight alone does not change outcomes. The issue is not access to information. It is the absence of a consistent bridge between insight and operational response. UC Analytics is strong at identifying what is happening. It highlights inefficiencies, exposes risk, and surfaces opportunity. But in many environments, those insights still rely on manual interpretation and separate workflows to drive action. So organizations see the problem, but the response is delayed or inconsistent. For example, a licensing inefficiency is identified but not acted on quickly. Or a degradation in call quality is detected, but remediation comes after impact. Or a meeting overload is visible, but behavior remains unchanged. The result is predictable. Insight accumulates faster than action. To move beyond this stage, UC Analytics must evolve from a reporting layer into something operational, where insight directly informs response. This is where the model shifts. With platforms like VOSS, analytics is not treated as a separate discipline, but embedded into UC operations themselves. Insight is surfaced in context, prioritized, and made immediately relevant to the systems that manage services. So instead of identifying issues in isolation, the intelligence is aligned to operational workflows. Instead of requiring manual escalation, it becomes part of the decision flow. The important shift is proximity. Insight moves closer to action. When insight and action are connected, UC data begins to influence outcomes in a tangible way. In collaboration environments, patterns of meeting overload are no longer just observed. They become triggers for change, highlighting where collaboration is becoming inefficient and where behaviors can be adjusted to improve productivity and reduce fatigue. In customer-facing environments, such as contact centers, operational intelligence becomes more immediate. Trends in queue times, call volumes, and service performance can be used to adjust resources and mitigate issues before they affect customer experience. In licensing and cost management, usage data moves beyond visibility. Underutilized services and inefficiencies are no longer just reported. They inform decisions that make something actually happen. The real shift is from visibility to behavior change. The most important transformation is not technological, but operational. Organizations can now see how their environment behaves, but visibility on its own does not drive change. Insight is no longer valuable as an endpoint. It is only valuable when it influences behavior. Whether that is a configuration change, a resource adjustment, or an operational decision. With AI bridging the gap between data and change more effectively, it is now easier than ever for organizations to add value to their disparate, complex data sources. This does not have to be a lengthy or costly project. It is simply an extension of your team that complements your business drivers. Across this series, the evolution has been clear. UC has become a data engine. Analytics has emerged as the missing layer needed to interpret that data. But the final step is what determines success, turning insight into action. Value is only realized when insight becomes operational change, and when that change becomes embedded in how the organization runs. This is where UC moves beyond visibility and into measurable outcomes. Better productivity, improved customer experience, and more efficient use of resources. Not because there is more data, but because the data finally drives action with the acceleration of AI.
To learn more about VOSS UC analytics, please get in touch.